We have you covered for all of today's UFC Qatar results, including the co-main event between Belal Muhammad and Ian Machado Garry. Muhammad 24-4 MMA will be returning to action for the first time since losing the promotion's welterweight title to now former champion Jack Della Maddalena at May's UFC 315 event in Montreal. Prior to that setback, remember the name, had won 6 fights in a row, a stretch which included victories over Leon Edwards and Gilbert Burns. Meanwhile, Ian Machado Garry, 16-1 MMA, was last seen in the Octagon this past April, where he scored a unanimous decision victory over surging division contender Carlos Prates. Prior to that triumph, the future was coming off his first career loss at the hands of Shavkat Rakhmonov. Round 1 of the UFC Qatar co-main event begins and Belal Muhammad comes forward aggressively. Ian Machado Garry circles and then leaps in with a 1-2. It appears the former champion took a poke to the eye. The future disputes the foul, but the referee isn't having it, and we have a brief break so that Belal can recover. We restart and Garry lands a nice low kick. He lands another and this time Muhammad hits the deck. He pops right back up, but these low kicks are definitely making an impact. Muhammad forces the clinch and pushes Garry against the cage. The fighters break and, remember the name, lands a nice right hand over the top. He connects with a follow-up left as well and then forces the clinch. Ian Machado Garry gets back to range, but the horn sounds to end the opening round. Round 2 of the UFC Qatar co-main event begins and the Irish standout comes forward and lands a good kick to the body. Belal Muhammad replies with a solid right hand. That got Garry's attention. The future snaps out a pair of jabs. He lands a nice right over the top as Belal attempts to close the distance. A nice spinning back kick from Ian Machado Garry now. He's doing a great job keeping his range thus far. Muhammad shoots in and is able to press Garry against the cage. He looks for a takedown, but Ian avoids and scrambles off the cage. A nice low kick from Garry. Belal Muhammad shoots in again. He lands a knee to the body of his opponent but still can't secure his desired takedown. Ian Machado Garry gets back to range, but Muhammad immediately dives on a single leg. Once again he fails to get the takedown. Another eye poke from Garry and it will be interesting to see if a point gets deducted. No point deduction, just a warning. We restart. Both men land shots in the pocket. Belal once again dives in on a takedown. He doesn't get it but is able to force the clinch. Garry appears frustrated. The horn sounds to end round 2. The third round of the UFC Qatar co-headliner begins and Belal Muhammad comes forward and lands a nice 1-2. Ian Machado Garry answers with a calf kick. He circles back to range and then slips a right hand. A big left hook from the future lands flush. He follows that up with a good front kick. Muhammad desperately looks to clinch, but Garry won't let him. Back to range and Belal connects with a straight right. He shoots for a double leg takedown. Garry defends but is now pressed against the cage. He breaks free and gets back to range. A nice low kick from the Irishman. Muhammad rushes back in and forces the clinch. He lands some short right hands. Ian Machado Garry reveres the position. He looks for a knee, but it misses and he slips. He bounces right back up and lands a jab. Muhammad with another clinch. Garry reverses him and then breaks away. The future, with a nice jab. Belal Muhammad replies with a 1-2. Another clinch and Garry lands a nice elbow over the top. Both men swing and miss with big right hands. Belal with a head kick attempt. The horn sounds to end the contest. Official UFC Qatar results. Ian Machado Garry def. Belal Muhammad by unanimous decision, 30-27 x 2, 29-28.